Welcome to Tagalog Lesson 8. Apologizing in Tagalog. How Tagalogs asked for forgiveness 100 years ago. Pahingi ng tawad. I am asking for forgiveness. Patawarin mo ako. Forgive me. Paumanhin po. I apologize. Today, all these Tagalog apologies have become out of fashion. Their uses are now limited to poems, songs, and very formal speeches. So how do Tagalog people apologize these days? There are two ways. 1. English. 2. Spanish. Sorry. Sorry. Pasensya na. Pasensya. Example, sorry ha, di ko sinasadya. I'm sorry, okay? I did not do it on purpose. Sorry ha, di kita type eh. Sorry, okay? You're not my type, you know? Inaamin kong nagkamali ako. Pasensya na, tao lang. I admit my mistake. Sorry, I'm just human. Inaamin means admit. Kung, I or me. Nagkamali, made a mistake. Ako, me or I. Pasensya, sorry. Na, already. Tao, human. Lang, only, mere, or just. Apologizing to strangers. A study of real-life dialogues. Siksikan sa tren. It is crowded inside the train. Mangyari po lamang na huwag po nating harangan ang pinto ng tren. If possible, let us not block the door of the train. Bigyan daan po natin ang mga lumalabas at pumapasok na pasahero. Let us give way to the disembarking and boarding passengers. Oh! Aray ko! Ouch! Dahan-dahan naman kayo. Go slowly, will you? Huwag kayong manulak. Don't push anyone.
Bilis! Magsasara na ang pinto.
Hurry! The door is closing. Dahan-dahan naman kayo, miss. Take caution, miss, will you? Nakakabundol na kayo sa likuran niyo eh. You are knocking the ones behind you, you know.
Sorry po, kuya.
Sorry, brother. Di kayo nag-iingat eh. You're not being careful, you know.
Sorry na nga po eh.
I said I'm sorry, okay?
Pagpasensyahan niyo na, mama.
Be patient on her, mister.
Di naman sinasadya eh.
She did not do it on purpose. Ikaw nga eh, ang lakas mong manula kanina. But you were pushing a lot a while ago.
Ha? Nako, pasensya na.
Huh? Oh my, I am sorry. Let us review the dialogue in detail. Mangyari po lamang is a very old Tagalog expression, and in the current generation, only very few people know exactly what it means. But it is still currently in use in formal speeches and in public addresses and public announcement, just like in this train announcement. Harangan means to block or to plug. And wag po nating harangan. Huwag means do not. And natin, us, So, huwag po nating harangan means let us not block. Pinto is the Tagalog word for door. Pinto is fast and you close the throat at the end of the word. So, pinto. But in this particular sentence, the word pinto is found in the middle of the sentence. It's not in the end. So it is not pronounced as pinto. It is pronounced as pinto. And pinto ng tren means door of the train. Bigyan means to give. And daan is way or pathway. So bigyang daan is to give way. So lumalabas at pumapasok. Labas means to go out and pasok means to get in. And lumalabas na pasahero is disembarking passengers or simply the passengers who get off the train. Lumalabas na pasahero. And pumapasok na pasahero means passengers who are getting into the train or the boarding passengers. So, lumalabas at pumapasok na pasahero. Disembarking and boarding passengers. I is more or less, oh, in English, when Filipino women are startled or surprised, they scream, I. It's really, really sharp and ear splitting, just enough to get everybody's attention. This is the typical Philippine train scene. When the door opens, a huge crowd of people would fight their way in, and whoever gets in the way will be pushed. So there will be lots of pushing, and it's possible that there will be fights and quarrels inside the train. Um, Occasionally, there are hand-to-hand combats, close range inside the train. So it's survival of the fittest, the strongest, and the fastest will win a seat first. The rest will have to wait for the next train. It's typical for a Filipino when he is hurt to say aray, but one thing unusual is he adds the word ko, which means me or I. So it's usually aray ko or areko, but younger generation usually will use the word ouch when they are hurt. Dahan-dahan means slowly, and kayo means you. Naman is usually added when the motive of the speaker is to plead or to ask something. In this particular scene, he is asking the people to really take it slow because they are pushing and they're shoving inside the train. It is interpreted as go slowly, will you? But the natural translation for dahan-dahan naman kayo is actually take it easy, will you? Huwag here is the contracted form of huwag. It means do not. Kayong means you, and manulak means push. So huwag kayong manulak means do not push. So in this particular scene, you can see a huge woman pushing other people inside the train. More often than not, women are more aggressive than men inside the train, especially during rush hour. Magsasara here is a future tense form of the verb sara, which means close, to close. And then magsasara na ang binto means the door is about to close or the door is closing. As you can see, the last word of the sentence is pinto, which means door, and Pinto is pronounced here with the throat closed. It is pronounced as maragsa, which means the word is pronounced fast and the throat is closed at the end of the word. It's not pinto, it's pinto, the door. In this particular sentence, dahan-dahan means be careful or be cautious. So it's translated as take caution, miss, will you? But the more natural translation is miss, please be cautious or please be careful. So here, nakakabundol is from the word bundol, means to knock. And then likuran means back. So nakakabundol na kayo sa likuran nyo eh. So it means the woman is hitting the people behind her when she was pushed by other passengers. So the woman in this scene is apologizing by saying sorry. So it's not sorry, it's sorry. And then kuya, which means an older brother. She doesn't know these strangers, but she called her older brother. That's typical Filipino. So to make it more natural, it is translated here as sorry brother, but the more accurate translation here is sorry older brother, but it doesn't sound natural. Ingat means care and nag-iingat is being careful. Here, the word di kayo nag-iingat. You are not, di kayo nag-iingat. You are not being careful. So in this scene, after the woman said, sorry po kuya, the man still said, di kayo nag-iingat eh. It means the man is still angry. He's still mad after the woman apologizes. It shows that the man did not accept the woman's apology. Her sorry po kuya apology was not accepted. So he is still mad and he says, di kayo nag-iingat eh. You are not being careful. It's very typical for a Filipino to say sorry again when the first sorry is not effective or does not seem to be accepted. A second sorry will be spoken, but this time the word nga will be added. By adding the word nga, the speaker reminds the listener that she has already said what she was supposed to say and is just reminding the listener that he is supposed to understand what she said. The word nga is very hard to translate into English because it does not have any equivalent, and it is pronounced as nga with the throat closed. But since in this particular sentence, sorry na nga po, it is in the middle of the sentence. So nga is not pronounced as nga, but nga. So it sounds sorry na nga po. So here in this scene, another woman tries to help by convincing the man to be forgiving to the woman. So pagpasensyahan is the future tense of pasensya, which means be patient, and nyo, which means you, and na means already, and mama, which in this case does not mean mother. It is not mama, it is mama. The word is mayumi. It is pronounced slow. Mama. And since it is mayumi, the stress mark goes down, and then the throat is closed when pronouncing this word. Mama. Mama is heard typically everywhere in Manila when they try to address an adult male. So the opposite of mama is ale, which is an adult woman. So sadya means done on purpose. So sinasadya means did on purpose. So di naman sinasadya, it means it was not done on purpose. So the woman did not intentionally bump the man. So di sinasadya, not intentionally bumped. It was just accidental. Ikaw nga eh, is not easy to translate into English. But the point here is you, on the other hand, uh, more or less, but here in this particular case, it is interpreted as but you, and then anlakas. Manulak means to push, particularly to push other people. And then kanina means a while ago or earlier. Lakas means strength, and then anlakas means how strong. But in this particular sentence, anlakas doesn't have anything about strength or power. It is something to do with being so aggressive and so interested in pushing. Ang lakas mong manulak. You were so aggressive in pushing and so vigorous in doing it. It is not easy to exactly translate ang lakas mong manulak in English, but more or less it would mean you were pushing a lot. Tagalog people would always say naku when they're worried or when they are surprised. And sometimes even when they're happy, they say, oh, naku. Unfortunately, it doesn't have an exact translation into English. So here it is translated as oh my, but it could be oh my gosh or geez or anything like that. So here the word pasensya na is used as I'm sorry. So anywhere you go in Manila and in other Tagalog provinces, you often hear this word pasensya na as an apology. So it's either sorry or pasensya na. These are the only words that you use in Tagalog. You can say paumanhin, paumanhin po, ipagpatawad niyo po, or patawarin niyo ako. All these things can be used in poems or in very formal public speeches. But in real life conversations, you only have two choices, either to use sorry or pasensya na. They both mean I'm sorry. You can find lots of deep, old-fashioned, unnatural, and uncomfortable words in Tagalog in saying I'm sorry, but they're not applicable anymore in today's life. You only have two choices, sorry and pasensya na. That's all for lesson 8. Thank you for hanging with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Neil Maglas channel.